Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Flora Brewing out of Morganton, North Carolina. This beer is called Boogie. Woogie. It says double India Pale Ale hopped with Idaho 7, Simcoe, and CTZ. So it is 8.5 ABV. I haven't heard, this just came out this week. I seriously haven't heard any reviews about it at all. The only thing I remember seeing on their site about this was, I thought I remembered seeing that it said intentionally clear. Because all the other IPAs they've done in cans so far, they've been, I wouldn't necessarily call them New England style because of the way they're brewed and the body of the beer and everything. But they are a little cloudy. I definitely wouldn't call them like hazy, like you can't see through them at all. But they're a little cloudy. So I would say they're definitely at least unfiltered. But I would say they're kind of a mashup between New England style and West Coast style because they still have more bitterness than most New England style beers. So I have a feeling because that said that, this is probably going to be more of the traditional IPA, which I've had those from these guys and they've been great too. So, I don't care either way, to be honest. I'm expecting it to be great either way. So let's crack it open and see what we got. Well, that is definitely clear. I'll give them that. For sure. Make sure you can see it says Boogie. So yeah, I mean, if there's any issue with seeing through it, it's probably just a little bit of a chill haze, I'm guessing. But I mean, I can see my finger through the other side of it. So as you can see, it pours a slightly darker golden color with a pretty minimal white head. I mean, I didn't pour it super cautiously either, so for it to only have that much head, it's not a very big head at all. That is definitely West Coast dank style for sure. I mean, it really does smell like fresh picked nuggets and a little bit of like a juicy pineapple character. There's really no underlying malt character to speak of. There's really not much. There's really not any like fruity hop character at all either, which is kind of what I was expecting from this. Man, that's good. They're so good at doing like these specific type things that they want to do while keeping everything else really reined in. Like, yeah, this is clear. It's definitely West Coast old school flavor profile. But at the same time, the bitterness level is very low. It does have a little bit of sweetness, but it's not like caramely sweetness. It's still super clean. It doesn't really taste. I mean, you could tell by the color. There's probably some caramel malts in it, but not much. It's probably mostly 2-row and then just flooded with these hops. I will admittedly say that I don't know too much about Idaho 7. I have had some IPAs that were predominantly Idaho 7 that I really, really did like. So I think it's something that I would like to get into possibly homebrewing with myself and maybe just do a single hop beer with it to really understand it. But I would say the Simcoe and CTZ are definitely coming through for sure. I think as my tongue adapts to adapts to the dankness. I'm starting to pick up a little bit more of like a marmalade character, like a pineapple and marmalade. Man, it is so incredibly clean. Like, honestly, I don't really get much alcohol at all. I think what's making me realize that the beer is a little big is the sweetness and not necessarily the actual alcohol itself. But it is so clean. I mean, the hop profile for what I assume they're going for with the hops that are in this is picture perfect in my opinion. This honestly really reminds me of like a slightly danker, slightly less boozy version of Hop Juju from Fatheads, which is huge praise because that beer is fantastic. I think this is $17.99 a 4-pack, so $4.50 a can. Which I don't want to say is a steal because I mean anything over $20 a 4-pack for an IPA I think is a bit much because that's their general price range, but it is absolutely worth that compared to what so many other things that are priced around that same price range. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, it's probably similar to what Hop Juju costs too, because I think Hop Juju is like, I don't know, $12, maybe 12 to 14 a 4-pack, but those are only 12 ounces. So I mean, when you do the math, it's probably still a little bit cheaper, but not by much. I also bought this at at Salute, a bottle shop, so it was a little, there was a little bit of a markup for them, which is normal for them to sell it at a higher price than the brewery. So I'm guessing at Fonta this is probably like 17, which absolutely 16, 17, which absolutely is worth it. So yeah, based on what I said on my scale of buy, drink, dump, this is absolutely a buy. Anyone who's kind of tired of the New England style IPAs or just appreciates them just as much as the New England, just appreciates the old school just as much as the New England style, and you like dank IPAs, you absolutely have to try to get this. I don't know if they'll be doing this again. Every can that they've been coming out with, besides Hula Hei, has been a one-off. They haven't redone any of them. Now, they've only been canning for a couple months, so that really doesn't mean too much, but I really, really hope that they do this again. I hope that I can get more of this. I'm probably going to go to... There is one other shop that's closer to me that had this. I'm going to possibly go there tomorrow in hopes that they have some more left because this is really great stuff. And I'm probably going to try to share it with some people in Pittsburgh too because it's fantastic. Yeah, that's all I got from this guy. Another great beer from Fonta, Flora. They never, ever disappoint. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.